Hello there, I'm Greg, and this is my channel, Midnight Oil Software, where I talk about game development using Unity and also drawing digital art. Today I'm going to spend my lunch break working on my Ninja Eggs game. Ninja Eggs is an Angry Birds clone that I've written in Unity using hand-drawn art that I've drawn inspired by Mark Kistler. I'm working on my Moon Patrol remake that I'm adding as a mini game to Ninja Eggs. In previous stream, I tweaked the gameplay difficulty. Today, what I want to do is add a countdown before the game starts. And if I have time, wire up the game to my minigame map. Let me show you what's on the agenda here. So currently, as things stand, when you start the game, it starts immediately. You just start scrolling. Turn my volume down there. So there's no warning, no delay or anything to give the player a chance to get ready to play. So what I want to do is basically what I've done for my Flappy Bird, or Flappy Egg, which is a Flappy Bird knockoff. When I start that game, I give him a countdown, and then it starts. So that's basically what I want to do for Ninja Eggs. For Egg Patrol. So going back to my Egg Patrol game, I know I'm going to want to have a countdown component, and this is all going to be controlled by my EggPatrolManager. So actually, if I go back to my Flappy Egg and we look at the Flappy Egg level controller, you can see that it's got a countdown prefab. And that's basically what I throw up to do the countdown. I've already got that component written. I just need to add it to my Egg Patrol game. So in order to do that, I'm going to go into my EggPatrolManager class. And I'm going to add a serialized field, game object, countdown prefab. And currently, as soon as the game starts, I call start game. Start game sets the start it property on the base class to true. It starts playing the music for the game, and then I spawn the terrain. So I'm going to have to do some things a little bit differently here. I'm going to get rid of start, and I'm going to have on enable. And instead of having it start playing, I'm going to have it start countdown. And I need to create that method. And so I know I'm going to want to spawn a countdown. Let's see, game object countdown equals, I'm going to use my object pooler, spawn game object, countdown prefab. And I'm also going to want probably some other things I want to do in here. I want to make sure that started is false. It should already be false. I just want to make sure it's false. And I want to make sure that game over is false. And I'm going to want to subscribe to an event on the countdown. I think it's called, well, let's see. Trying to remember what the name of that event is. Countdown complete. Oh, that's a static event. So I don't need to do all this stuff. In fact, I don't even need to do this. Okay. I'm going to move this down below my, I'm going to move all of this stuff down below my public methods. Okay, so when the countdown completes, I'm going to want to start the game. Now, one thing I think I want to do before I even start counting down is I want to spawn my terrain. And the reason I want to do that is during the countdown, I'm going to have the buggy drive into its start position. And I need to have terrain in place for it to do that. Now, this will do the countdown, but there's going to be some issues, which I think we'll just go ahead and demonstrate what those issues are. The scroll speed manager that I added is going to have everything scroll. It's going to be scrolling even though the game hasn't started yet. And I don't want that to happen. Let's see. Countdown prefab. I guess I can just search that from here. Or not. Let's just see what happens when I try that. Ah! Well, that was interesting. Okay, I've got a null reference exception. This is in spawn terrain. Why would that be a problem? Get terrain type prefab. Scrolling terrain. Let's go up here and look. That's the wrong one. So start countdown is called from on enable. Spawn terrain. Let's just see what I'm doing wrong here. Clear. Okay, so I'm going to spawn a game object. It's null. So get terrain type. Prefab. Did I detach my debugger? I did. Okay, so I'm looking for terrain type normal. And I do have a prefab for that. Oh, I bet you this is going to return false. Oh, that should spawn hazard. Okay. But still, this was null. Why was that null? This is why. Okay, so the object pooler has not been instantiated yet for some reason. So I'm calling this from on enable, where before I was calling this from start. Let's see what happens if I call it from start. Get rid of these breakpoints. Well, it kind of worked. So I heard the countdown music, but I did not see the countdown UI element. So let's run that again, and I'm going to pause it. That's very interesting. Let me look at it in the scene view. Well, that's interesting. It showed up in the scene view, but not in the game view. But then not that time. That is interesting. So even if I turned off the background, I'm still not seeing that text. So it's not being covered up as near as I can tell. And it doesn't seem to matter its position. Let me go back and look at the Flappy Egg scene. Okay, so when this gets enabled, so I'm using do-tween to fade that text, to transform, to scale and fade that text. And that should definitely all be working. It's working there. Okay, I'll go back to my Egg Patrol. Okay. Put a breakpoint in on enable. Hit play. All right, so that's working. I enable it. I play the sound. I set the text. I set the text container to be active, and then I call fade text. I start a do-tween sequence. I set the scale to be 111. I'm going to append a fade to go from 1 to 0 for the alpha. And I'm going to do a transform to scale it down to 0.1 over half a second. Very interesting. So all that code seems to be working, except I just don't see it displayed on the screen. I want to watch that. So I could see it scaling, and I still wonder if it's not something to do with the Z offset. It's in my scene view. It looks like maybe it's behind the camera. Where is my camera? Zero, zero, zero. Text container's active. The text says go. -10. Okay, so it was the Z offset. So let me go into my script for the EggPatrolManager, where I start countdown. Let's see what that does. Okay, so that worked. Now, what I want to do is I want to have the buggy start off screen and roll into its start position. So negative 3.1. How does negative 3 look? That'll work. All right, so where do I want its start position to be? How about negative 11 to start? And I've already got start position as a variable on the script. So how about, so all this stuff that I'm doing here needs to look at whether or not we're playing. Should move forward. Do I not have a reference to our level controller? Game manager. What does start game do? Freeze rotation. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so what I want to do is here, I want to do a do queen. I want to do queen. So transform dot do move. Start position. New vector 3. Start position. Transform.y. Oops. Position.y. Transform. Actually, let me do it this way. And I want it to do it over 3 seconds. So the idea here is I want to have the buggy scroll in from off the screen. What in the world? Oh, I gotta freeze his rotation. let's see what that does. Why is he doing wheelies? That's really interesting. Okay, so I freeze his rotation. I scroll him into view. And that is just a do tween to move him to his start position over a span of 3 seconds. Why would he be bouncing up and down? I mean, why would he be rotating if his rotation is frozen? Another thing I want to look at is on his rigid body. I'm freezing his X position. And I was doing that because I have a wheel joint 2D on him, on the wheels on the buggy. And the wheel joint is using the motor to spin the wheels, and I don't want them moving the car. So I suppose another possibility is I could just turn off the freeze position and let it roll in on its own for 3 seconds. And then turn that off when the countdown completes. Let me play around with that. Is there a way to toggle that freeze position constraint? There's freeze rotation. There doesn't seem to be a way to do that. I might have to Google that. Oh, the other thing I know I need to do, back in my EggPatrolManager, I want to unsubscribe that event. So why on earth would it be bouncing up and down when I froze its rotation? Let me watch it here and see if it does indeed freeze. No. Oh, I think it's because it's too high up in the air. So what is its current position? So negative 0.188. Negative 0.188. So I think because it fell. So if I take it back to its initial position here, so I think I want to make that transition a little bit longer because it was sitting there with its wheels spinning. This might be too long, but let me just see how that looks. That's better. Here come the pterodactyls. Oh yeah, this is turning into a fun game. Boom! All right. I am liking that. Okay, so item number 1 on our agenda has been implemented. We have a countdown with the buggy animating entering the scene. So now I want to start wiring it up to the minigame map. So to do that, I will switch over to my minigames scene. And so this is my map. And this is all hardwired in here. I'm not dynamically building this thing because this game does not change. So essentially I've got a scroll rect. All right, so I've got a scroll rect with 4 different stage list collections. And so each list has a collection of paths. So we have path left, right, top, and bottom. So this one only has right and top. And then it has a list of nodes attached to it. So I have my start node, and I have my Flappy Egg stage, and then I have a stage that doesn't exist. It's just turned off. So I don't need to do anything in this list. But in the second list, where I've got my Ninjaroids game, I can either put Egg Patrol here, or I could put Egg Patrol here. And I think I want to put it here. And then I could even disable this path here and have you go down and over and up. So the next node would be here. Something like that maybe. I don't know. But for now, I think I just want to make this guy be our Egg Patrol game. So over here under stage, it's just called stage. I'm going to make it Egg Patrol. And for my stage icon, I actually have a buggy image. Let's try Ninja Egg Buggy. Yes. There we go. And then I don't want this gray background. So here it says stage frame dim. If we go look at the Ninjaroids, it's stage frame blue. So I want to make this stage frame blue. Okay, that looks good. I want to give it some text. Actually, that probably comes from this script here. So I want to add a minigame stage script to this guy. Let me see. Minigame stage script. Minigame stage. Why can't I do that? Minigame stage. Actually, maybe I'll just duplicate this. Oh. All right, and this guy, I'm going to say that you need 3 milestones of of Ninjaroids to unlock Egg Patrol. So let's go back to my title scene. Save. Null reference exception. I think I might know what's going on here. Yeah, I haven't added that scene. So edit project settings. Or is it build settings? Yeah, there we go. So I want to add open scene. Actually, I think I can just drag and drop my scene in there. So Egg Patrol. Okay, so that worked. I want to just crash. Takes me back here. Oh, I gotta clean some things up. But that's a good start for today. I do want to test one thing. I'm going to open up my registry. And I want to clear the number of milestones I've completed for Ninjaroids. I'm going to set it to 0. So I think now Egg Patrol will be locked. Yes, Egg Patrol. Oh, why does that still display Ninjaroids there? I'm going to want to fix that. See if I can beat 3 milestones. Actually, you know what? For testing purposes, I'm going to make that 1. And I'm also going to try and figure out why it's displaying that weird text. So it's not displaying it there. Oh. Let me open this prefab. Well, let me delete that. Oh, it did. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. And then for Egg Patrol, milestones to unlock 1. Let's see what that does. Oops. Let me start from the title screen. Okay, that is locked. Clear one screen of asteroids and it should unlock. Oh, I bet you it unlocked. I'm just not displaying the indication that it was unlocked. Yeah, it unlocked. I obviously have some cleanup to do there. I still have an alien spaceship flying around. This is great. All right, so I have some things to do. I'm going to put that on my agenda. That was interesting. Null reference exception, enemy ship update. Because I navigated away from that scene, this guy was gone. So I need to handle some stuff when I restart from the menu. But for the agenda, and fix issue with terrain persisting between games or hazards. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we made good progress today. I've got Ninjaroids wired into the map. I'm going to actually go and put it back to 3 milestones. So yes, I'm very, very happy with that. It's interesting though, when I unlock this, when I actually add my next game, I guess I can have the path come from here to here. Be kind of an interesting thing. So the way this works is I would just go to, let's see, path. I would disable path right. And then for this one, I would disable actually, I don't currently have paths coming from these nodes. I'm going to have to add a path node to this guy. So I think I'm going to undo those and leave them like they are. But it's interesting the way I could do some branching. Right now, the paths only go from the center nodes because they're part of the path list, the stage list, not part of the individual stages. All right, that's good enough for now. Got that wired into the map. I got my countdown working. I have a couple of bugs I need to fix next stream, but I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So, if you watched this and you found it useful, do me a favor and click the like and subscribe button. It's totally free. It helps me to grow my channel, and hopefully somebody will find this useful. And if you want to be notified the next time I go live or the next time I post a video, click that notification bell as well. So once again, thanks for watching and have a great day.